Hello, my dear students. I'm continuing with the method of analysis of complexes. So, in my previous video, you have learned about the various methods used for analysis of complexes. And in this presentation, I'm going to discuss with you about the last method, that is spectroscopy. So, let us discuss about spectroscopic method of analysis for complexes. Spectroscopy, which is nothing but absorption spectroscopy. Absorption spectroscopy, again it includes visible and ultraviolet regions. Visible region and ultraviolet region. As you all know, 200 to 400 nanometer and 400 to 800 nanometer. And this is the region which is used to analyze the spectrum. And using this, we can able to investigate the donor acceptor or charge transfer present in the complex process. Okay, so what is the main mechanism? The complexation involves donor acceptor, that is electron donor should be there and an electron acceptor should be there, and also it includes the transfer of charge from ligand to metal or metal to ligand. So this is the thing that happens in case of this method. And here we are going to consider about the iodine. So iodine we are treating with three different solvents. So first one, non-complexing solvent. Non-complexing solvent, here the example is carbon tetrachloride. And again we are treating the iodine with other two different solvents, which is nothing but benzene and diethyl ether. So this benzene and diethyl ether, they can able to form complex with iodine. So we are treating iodine with three solvents, one non-complexing solvent, that is carbon tetrachloride, and two complexing solvents, which is nothing but benzene and diethyl ether. While treating like this, if you observe the things by using spectroscopic method, in case of carbon tetrachloride, a single peak is obtained at 520 nanometer and the solution color is violet. Okay, whereas in case of benzene, the nanometer, that is the wavelength shift at 300 nanometer and maximum we can observe at 475 nanometer. In the next slide, I am showing you the graph so that you can clearly understand. Whereas in case of diethyl ether, still there is a shift towards lower wavelength. Okay, again the wavelength is lowering towards the lower end and we are getting new maxima. And in case of benzene and diethyl ether, the color of the solution is red to brown color. Okay, so we are treating with three solvents, carbon tetrachloride, benzene, diethyl ether. So in case of benzene and ether, iodine acts as an electron acceptor. So how it accepts the electron? It readily accepts the electron from the electron donor. So here the electron donor is organic solvents. What are all the organic solvents? Benzene and diethyl ether. These two organic solvents are a very strong electron donor. So because of the stronger electron releasing agent, the UV shift towards the particular nanometer. Okay, so these spectra arises as a result of transfer of electron from donor to acceptor, and this donor to acceptor transfer occur when they come in close contact in excited state of the complex. Okay, during the excited state of the complex, they come closer together and the electron is donated by the donor. Who is the donor here? The solvents. Organic solvents are the electron donor. And who is the acceptor? Iodine. Iodine acts as the electron acceptor. And in case of carbon tetrachloride, there is no complex formation. Okay, so if the electron donation, the donor easily releases the electron, then we can able to determine the ionization potential at ease. Okay, we can able to determine the ionization potential. So this is the picture which shows absorption curve of iodine. So in which you can able to notice three different curve. The curve number 1 denotes no complex formation with carbon tetrachloride, and curve number 2 and 3 it denotes the complex formation curve with benzene and diethyl ether. Okay. And now the ionization potential produces a straight line when we plot a graph. Okay. So graph is plotted against the frequency maximum, or we can call charge transfer energy. Charge transfer energy. During complex formation, how much amount of charge is transferred for the solution of iodine. Okay, so using that charge transfer energy, or we can call ionization potential, we can construct a graph. If we construct a graph, it's supposed to produce a straight line. So using this, we can able to calculate, or we can able to identify the complexation constant. So complexation constant is represented by the letter K. How to obtain this letter K? Either by means of using visible or ultraviolet spectroscopy. The association between the donor and acceptor, it is represented by the following equation. So donor, it is denoted by the letter D. Acceptor, it is denoted by the letter A. So these two associate together at different rate constant. If it is a forward reaction, the rate constant is K1. If it is a reverse reaction or backward reaction, the rate constant is K minus 1. Okay, and at last we can write equilibrium constant K is equal to K1 divided by K minus 1. So this is the basic equation for the association occurs between a donor and the acceptor molecule. And when these two molecules, if the molecules associate according to this area, we can able to measure the wavelength. Okay, so from this K is readily obtained by using the following equation, Benaisi-Hildebrand equation. What is the equation? Benaisi-Hildebrand equation. So this Benaisi-Hildebrand equation is given as follows. A naught divided by A equal to 1 by epsilon plus 1 by K epsilon into 1 by D naught. And out of this equation, A naught is nothing but initial concentration of acceptor species. D naught is nothing but initial concentration of donor species. And epsilon is nothing but molar absorptivity of charge transfer complex. Molar absorptivity of charge transfer complex. And at last, K is the stability constant. So using this equation, what is the equation? Benaisi-Hildebrand equation. We can able to identify how the donor and acceptor molecule associate and how we can able to find out the absorbance. And the last one, we are constructing a graph between the inverse concentration of donor in x-axis with the concentration of drug by absorbance in y-axis. So a plot of A naught divided by A. A naught by A we have to take in y-axis. And 1 by D naught, it should be marked on the x-axis. If we construct a graph like this, we supposed to get a straight line. So for this straight line, the slope of the equation is 1 by K epsilon and the intercept is 1 by epsilon. So that can be easily calculated from the graph. And using this, the other scientist, Borazan et al., investigated the interaction of nucleic acid bases. Okay, how the nucleic acid bases interact with catechol, epinephrine and isoproterinol. Okay, so this nucleic acid bases generally they are electron acceptors And Borason, he studied the interaction between the electron acceptors and electron donors. These are all the other examples. Okay, how nucleic acid bases interact with various electron donors. So that's all about the spectroscopy method for the method of analysis of complexes. So thank you all.